beautiful souls. Reverend Jess Intuitive Angel Healer here with Spoken Like an Angel, Enlightenment for Survivors, where my prophetic word is meant to stimulate so you can raise your vibe and elevate. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is Sunday, and I have a very special message from somebody's grandmother in spirit. So if you're a healer, this message is a confirmation for you from her that it has been handed down for many generations. I'm seeing at least 6, 7 generations, somewhere around there, that you have this healing bloodline in your lineage. This is a very special message that will really help you get some confirmation. She wanted me to pull out my Love Your Inner Goddess deck, and this card fell out. It's the Elk Medicine Woman, and if you look up here really closely, it says wild at heart in her antlers. And also, if this could be a confirmation, if you have hazel eyes, I feel like your grandmother might have had hazel eyes as well. Her name could have been Hazel. The wild at heart is interesting because it's in her antlers, and antlers regenerate every year. So you're going through some kind of regeneration process, and you can look at all the flowers as well. I'm hearing scarlet begonias. I feel like that's a song or it's a flower, but I'm seeing scarlet begonias. I feel like that's a Sublime song. Can't get that right now, but anywho, because I'm hearing scarlet begonias in her hair. So I want to give you a summarization of what this card is, and I just saw 222. The message with this card is there's certain things that are meant to happen at particular times. This is the working of destiny, no matter how much pressure there is from the outside world or even from your own expectations. There's an order of events and divine timing in place so that what is meant to be will always be. So right now it's important to balance your active pursuit of your dreams, ambitions, along with patience and trust in the divine timing of things. This is a message and a confirmation of being capable of great accomplishments in this lifetime. Instead of fighting against life, trust that the universe is working with you and for you. Do what's in your power to do, but pace yourself with trust and surrender. And I just saw 333 as I said that. The Elk Medicine Woman comes with guidance to heal your soul today. She's saying, steady does it, wild one. Maintain the pace that matches your inner rhythms. Don't feel rushed by urgency or external demands. You cannot force life to flow. Your heart is at peace with this because it knows that perfect timing is divine timing. You got to conserve your energy to maintain your stamina, because if you push yourself to exhaustion, you just make the way harder for yourself. It doesn't speed up your results. It just creates resistance when you force things. And that just slows everything down. So the Elk Medicine Woman understands that you have great courage, which will take you to places others may not dare to go. Your inner wisdom and self-confidence will help you achieve and receive. The Elk Medicine Woman is whispering in your heart, affirming that your accomplishments will be impressive. She guides you to work hard, but also enjoy your life and allow others to support you, because when divine timing is right, you'll hit your stride. You'll attain all that is for you and more. So somebody needs to really hear that message. Here's a sacred ritual. It says, place the back of your hands on top of your head with your fingers extending upwards in a slightly curved shape. These are your symbolic soul antlers. They draw in divine transmissions of guidance, blessing, energy, and instruction. Imagine, visualize, feel, or pretend that you can suction all of that spiritual goodness into your soul antlers, then move your hands down to relax your heart. So that's a message from the Love Your Inner Goddess book and from your message, and a little exercise that you can do so you can start getting your energy right and stop expending your energy on things that aren't that important, because I feel like you put your energy into a lot of things that feel important at the moment, but in the end of the day, they're just distractions. So somebody else needed to hear that message. I got my notes from the universe on abundance, and this card fell out. And there's a rock and a sun, and I'm hearing like a rock in a hard place. That's a Rolling Stone song. I'm also hearing Rolling Stones. Maybe you are a Rolling Stone, but the message on here is no matter how much money or love you've made or lost, you can still make more. Get down on it, the universe. So you need to know that there's a lot of sun on this card because there's a lot of brighter days. And if you notice a rock is a rock. And when the rain hits it, it, it runs down it. It doesn't crumble. So be steady like a rock, but be gentle like the breeze is what I'm also hearing. So it's definitely about balancing your masculine and your feminine energy right now, because you can't be in your divine feminine energy if you are in out. And somebody has blocked knee chakras out there. Your knees represent humility, submission, and readiness to receive wisdom. They're symbolic of both power and weakness. So when you have issues with your knees, when you have blocked knee chakras, you experience depression because depression is connected to your knees. Knee pain is also caused by an imbalance or blockage or a combination of root and sacral chakras. So your sacral is right in your hips area, and that's where suppressed emotions go, and your root chakra is right below that. If those are both unbalanced, then your broken inner child is just going wild and running the show, basically, because that's where the fear and the flight or flight comes out of. Both of these chakras are associated with stability, grounding, creativity, sexuality, and emotions. If you're having knee issues, you're probably carrying a lot of weight, fear of moving forward. Maybe if it's your left knee, you have unexpressed desires and feelings that have been neglected. If you're having issues with your right knee, that's issues of choice, action, of movement, because your left side is your feminine side and your right side is your masculine side. Your right side is about giving, your left side is about receiving. So pay attention to what side of your body you're having issues on, because that could help you understand, do I need to help heal my masculine side, or do I need to help heal my feminine side? If you have a lot of issues on your right side, you're probably, because you're too much into your masculine side, and we as females end up being too much in our masculine side when we've had a lot of wrongness happen in the masculine energy, whether it is a bad relationship with a partner or a family member, a father figure. The father wound is really heavy on the right side. I have a lot of issues on my right side because of the father wound that I haven't healed. I also have them on my left side, obviously, because I have a mother wound there too. But I hurt my back in 2009, and interesting enough, it was on my lower back on my right side, and I also threw out my knee the same week. And I found out that that's all connected to the father wound. That's all connected to the masculine energy that's imbalanced, because I had a lot of trauma, a lot of wounds around that. So it's interesting to find out stuff about your chakras, because it helps you understand where the root of the cause is. And once you heal the root of the cause, you'll stop having issues with that. It's crazy, because I had back issues forever. And when I started learning all this, my back issues aren't as prevalent as they were. My knees aren't as bad as they were. They still, I've had over 30 some years of trauma in that area, so it's not going to heal overnight, but it's nice to not have as many issues as I did. So somebody needs to hear this out here, because healing can feel overwhelming, and you need to know that it's not a linear process. It's cyclical, which means it comes in cycles. It can get frustrating with the healing process because we're never going to be 100% healed, but you can start healing and at least be at a 65% and not a 35%. That's a great big difference. You need to know that a lot of you not stepping into your healing power comes from some particular family members and some people that were plotting on you in the background that were making you their fall person. Spirit wants to confirm that their scheme failed miserably, and you also need to know that the darkness has altered their mind and ways of thinking, so they're not the original people that you met. And if you feel like you've been a target, well, this is confirmation that you have. This grandmother is confirming that you've become a target because they're afraid of you exposing their secrets and ending their reign. And that's going to happen regardless. So, like I've said before, you need to step into your power and your energy, because this is your chance to break the karmic circle. Your grandmother, unfortunately, has shown me that she didn't step into her power. She did not stop this. She hid it. And that's why it's falling onto you. And if you don't do it, then it'll just keep going down the line until the female actually steps up and stops this. So somebody really needs to hear this right now, because we're so trained to stand up for our toxic families or, condone their lies. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to condone your lie, because I don't want my karma tarnished. I don't want to carry your karma, and it's their cross to bear. They made up the issue. It is their cross to bear. And I'm seeing 1444. So don't feel guilty because you didn't create this issue, but you are guilty by association if you don't speak your truth, if you don't stand up for what's right. So it's important to stand up for what's right now and know that this happened. They're showing me north, and they're showing me during the winter years, and I feel like somebody with an earth sign. So that's Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. They use you as a cover up for their lies, and you maybe were unaware of this, or if you were unaware of this, this is your confirmation. Spirit wants you to know that they may have delayed your progress, but they didn't stop your destiny, and they want you to also know that yellow doesn't run in your blood. So it's important to be courageous, and you have a lot of people, a lot of ancestors cheering for you. You're actually releasing a lot of ancestors out of karmic bondage in spirit. Now, if you participate and you don't stand in your power, then you're going to unfortunately join that. But I don't feel like the people that are listening to this message are a part of that. I feel like maybe their ancestors, maybe a mom, an aunt, were a part of that, or you're just waking up and deciding, maybe I don't want to be a part of this, and you're breaking out of the conditioning. I'm hearing there's a lot of conditioning why you even did participate. So now's your chance to really step out there and step in your power and just say no. And you're going to have to go through, I'm hearing gray rocking. So you're dealing with narcissists who are just going to make you feel bad. I'm hearing mommy dearest. There's that movie Mommy Dearest too. And I'm also seeing that movie Flowers in the Attic. So that's a crazy movie. That's a book by V.C. Andrews that everybody used to read in the 90s. And it's also interesting because in that book, her mom goes back to get it and her grandpa get written back into her grandpa's will, but she locks her kids up in the attic because the reason why she got written out of the will is because she hooked up with her brother, and their uncle is their dad. And so the mom goes back to get written in the will, and then the grandma is feeding them cookies with rat poison on it. It's crazy. Let me know if this is your message, because I feel like maybe there was some incest going on, but there's some hidden kids that the grandmother helped cover up. And the grandmother is trying to work through you because you are a certified healer and helping you release this blame, shame, and guilt because you did not choose the choices that your mom did. And some of you are going to find out that your mom is not your real mom. There's been a bunch of hidden secrets surrounding this. So you also need to know that they're showing me stocks and bonds with your name on it. So that might motivate you too, because you've got money out there. You're having all these money issues, and that's why you've got to step into your power and really listen to your intuition right now, because you've got money out there that you didn't even know about. They've just put it in a different name, or they've hidden them from you, but it's coming out. So if you've been doing the work, this is definitely coming to you. If this is resonating with you, this is time to start doing the work, because it's not going to be all for nothing. Because sometimes we don't want to do stuff because we think it's all for nothing, and it's not all for nothing. But you're being tested right now, because unfortunately some people, especially boomers out there, failed miserably. And the greatest generation and the silent generation, that's why they call it the silent generation, they failed miserably, because some of them just failed because they didn't step up and speak what was right. They were too worried about appearances, is what I'm hearing. But you have the chance to bring in this like whole new abundance that you didn't even know was out there. But you've got to have the courage to stand up for what's right. And as long as you have faith and you stand in your power, Spirit's going to back you 100%. And these are my messages from Spirit. This is my mediumship deck, and it says support. And if you notice, falcons and eagles are very significant. And then there's this egg. They want you to know you're very, very supported. People may come into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from and then they move on, while others return, often because you need to learn from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. Orange is also the color of the sacral chakra. So you need to know that you're supported. And if you're not supported by the humans that are around you right now in your reality, you're very heavily supported by this grandmother. You have a lot more people that you don't know in spirit that are like rooting for you. I feel like this is somebody in their 30s, 40s right now. You really need to hear this message that you are super supported, and you need to work on grounding exercises, meditation, and I'm hearing going out in nature. And somebody's got Native American roots. I'm hearing Choctaw. So it's interesting too, because I found out that back in the day, they used to go to Indian reservations, and some of our great ancestor leaders out there, they went and changed people's names. So they didn't spell them right, and people had ancestral names. They had an indigenous language, and they just changed it to like Smith, or it was like Bayay, and they put Bagay. So if this is your name, look into your history, because also I found out that they, in Oklahoma especially, there were people of Choctaw indigenous roots. And if the government didn't feel like you proved it enough, even though there were Indian census rolls and everything, and your ancestors literally came from the reservation, they would put a denied thing on your letter. So somebody needs to know that. You can go find that on like ancestry.com. I've seen it. I've seen people that are indigenous and they're marked off as white, and just moving on through, so that you have Native American roots and you don't even know it, especially in the Midwest, because I'm seeing like Kansas, especially in Oklahoma and Wichita and Texas. If you live in those places, you need to really look into your roots, into your history, and find more than, just oh, this is my auntie. You need to really look into those records, because they did a lot of dirty dealings back then with the indigenous people, and you have ancestral rights that you need to bring up out in the open. And pay attention to your dreams right now. This grandmother in spirit I'm hearing Claudia is one of the names. Denise, Mary, Frances, Ernestine, Mary. I don't know if I said that. Sarah, Gwendolyn, Fancy. Somebody's name was Fancy. And then I'm hearing Fanny, Franny, Misty, Augustine, Janelle, Holly, Aletha, Margaret, Guinevere, These are all names. If this is your grandmother, I'm seeing 2424. They're coming in, they're just telling me some names real quick. So if this is your message and you're still listening, definitely let me know in the comment section because they are here for you. Allie, Hazel, Molly, and Mariah. So definitely let me know. They're showing me in your dreams, if you've been having dreams about seashells, or like they're showing me starfish and seashells. So I feel like the starfish is about regeneration. The seashell, it's about the Da Vinci spiral. Look that up. And seashells are all about being in your feminine energy. So definitely look that up. But they're talking to you in your dreams, and they're also saying that you need to stop self-sabotaging. When you learn to get out of your way, there will be no stopping you. So you got to stop that inner voice that's telling you that you're not good enough. And they're showing me a bunch of trees. They say if you go outside and ground with them in the trees, your ancestors live in the trees. So some of you need to go take a walk to the lake, the pond, or the forest, because they're showing me all these white doves. And this will help you to stop being irritated and distracted and help you get focused. And they need you to start having more fun, because the more that you'll have, the more that you're having fun, the more centered that you'll be, and you'll release that stress. Your overthinking and overworking is happening because you don't feel supported and your sacral energy is out of whack. But most importantly, they're saying be proud. They're showing me a bunch of peacock feathers. You need to be proud of who you are. And I'm hearing that song, I am my mother's savage daughter. Right now, practice self-love because you come from a long line of healers again. So this runs in your DNA, and they're very proud of you, and they think you're doing a very good job so far. So if you have been stepping out of your comfort zone, they're backing you. And just because it hasn't manifested yet, it's about to manifest into your life. They're showing me some kind of present being gifted to you, and one without strings, because a lot of gifts that you've taken have had strings attached. This is, and especially you've had a lot of men in your life give you something, but there were strings attached. This one's coming with no strings attached. This is going to be your abundance. This is going to be your way out. This is going to be an answered prayer for you. So right now, know that you have a lot of different choices, a lot of different open doors. Don't go back to the closed ones. It's really important right now to let those closed doors stay closed and step into your vulnerability, because your root chakra and your sacral chakra being out of whack is, and you've had a lot of pain and hurt. A lot of people have, especially these people who have been plotting on you that are family members, have really destroyed your trust. But it's important to, just because those people hurt you, don't close off your heart, because if you close off your heart, then you're never going to be able to receive the goodness. Those people came as a lesson, and it has to do with your past lives and healing and helping you get stronger. I'm hearing that song, I get a little bit stronger. You need to, it's a country song. You need to speak your truth right now. Know that you're a healer. If you're feeling like you're supposed to be creating like herbal, I'm hearing like maybe you work with teas, maybe you do tea readings, coffee readings. You create something with herbs like tinctures or salves, or maybe you even cook. You need to move forward with that. Somebody is being shown you're getting ideas to create a cookbook. You need to move forward with that. You need to listen to your intuition, because when you get these ideas, they're coming from spirit. So you got to trust yourself more and stop saying, oh, I'm just wishful thinking, because these wishful thinking is how, that's how spirit works. It sounds like wishful thinking, but when you know those thoughts that are coming in your mind, that's what claircognizance is. And a lot of people that have the gift of claircognizance don't listen to it because they don't trust themselves. They don't trust themselves because they've been hurt by a narcissist who's gaslit them into not trusting themselves, because that's how they get into your energy, and they create all these issues and wreak havoc because you don't trust yourself. And so therefore you'll believe their lies. So it's important for you to believe what your intuition is telling you, because intuition and energy never lie. And just because somebody else doesn't agree with it, that's a them problem. Because if it's coming from within you, then there's something to it. Explore that before you just write it off, and because nobody else knows what's best for you. You know what's best for you. I'm hearing that song from Journey. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. So just keep paying attention to the signs and synchronicities. Have gratitude for the things that didn't work out for you because they weren't supposed to. If it's meant for you, it'll always be for you. You'll never have to chase it. So if you're chasing something right now, see if it's for your highest good, or maybe God's trying to get it out of your life and that's why you're having to chase it. And so there's synchronicities. God and the universe always confirms in threes. So pay attention today, especially today. It's Sunday. Go for a walk, clear your mind, and know that your problems are only temporary. A Maureen is another name that just came through for somebody out there. So these are for your grandmas. They love you. They're here. They're rooting for you, and they want you to know your problems are only temporary. And don't make permanent decisions on temporary emotions, because things are about to be so much more beautiful for you. I'm seeing like a house by a beach. I'm seeing a whole beach scene. So you're about to be really happy. I'm seeing another person in a forest, like place like a cottage. So don't give up. That's the biggest thing. They don't want you to give up right now. They just want you to relax and help heal that ultra independence wound that makes you feel like you've got to do everything for everyone to be loved, because you're loved so much right now without all the excessness. You don't have to be a super mom. You don't have to save the world. Save yourself right now, because you can't pour for an empty cup, and you'll just be irritated if you keep trying to give something that you don't have. And that was something that was taught to you, and that's a trauma wound that you're working on maybe. But you're very loved, and they just want to see you happy. They need you to smile again. And once you're happy, it's like your whole rest of your family will start being happy, like your kids and your husband and stuff. Because when mama's happy, everyone's happy. So just trust your inner compass right now and work on healing your sacral energy. Even doing twist will help you clear out that energy. But things are about to be a lot more brighter. And I keep seeing this card right here with the rainbow. And it says, "Behold a new day with rainbows, sunshine, and blue skies, new players, rebounds, and recoveries, abundance, health, and harmony," just like you've been picturing them, right? Please tell me you've been picturing them. It takes so little, the universe. So know that this is about to be your new existence. You're about to climb that mountain. It's about to plateau. So let me know how this message resonates. I hope you have a wonderful day.